Thank you, Mr. President, members of the council. Again, I wanted to go back a little bit and talk about the Wheezy House. Again, we're full of misinformation. Mr. Pawlowski came up here and tied in the Wheezy House to businesses that have gone out. The Wheezy House was never a business. As a matter of fact, it was leased by my predecessor and myself, both of us, to historic Florissant for a large number of years. So that they could maintain it. It is a historic house which is located in St. Ferdinand's Park. It was never a business, to my knowledge, and you can check with the historic Florissant. But they got to a point, and they were collecting rent for a large number of years, not enough to sustain the place, and they decided to make a decision to turn the property back to the city of Florissant. The $75,000 to repair that is not to repair it because we have to. It's a matter, well, it is a matter that I think that we have to do it in order to preserve our history. I'd also like to call the attention to the council again that the revenues, and if you have not noticed, are very, very much up in the city of Florissant, and I'm looking forward to some great years that are coming forward in the before us, and I'm not looking behind and in a negative way. The other thing, Mrs. McKay has left again, but I wanted to make sure that everyone knows that I agree with Mr. Sullivan. Mr. Pawlowski should go and get correct information. There's never been correct information that's coming from that camp, a lot of it, and I say that because I like to see everybody reunited. The English Inn, according to Mr. English here, has been sold. And I want to tell you that we have under renovation a Missouri Mercantile, and I have another meeting on Friday downtown for a tenant for Missouri Mercantile. To say that this administration is not paying attention to local small businesses is absolutely just political as it has been in the past. I've always believed all my life, and I'm not here to brag about it, that the best work of life is service to people, and I've always practiced that. I would suggest that people that are going to criticize show what they have done for this community, as opposed to maybe people that have worked very hard all of their lives. Since I've been 21, I've been involved in every organization to support what's going on in the city of Florissant and to try to do what we could to maintain the beautiful city that we certainly have. And for people to come up that have absolutely, in my opinion, not really done anything for their community to criticize is totally irresponsible. Also, the charge that somehow that somebody colluded with Mr. Londoff is to make him some more money. Let me assure you that I think Mr. Londoff Sr. has enough money to last him another 10 lifetimes, and I'm not interested in making him any more money. And that can go on a record, and he and I had a disagreement, and I have not talked to Mr. Londoff in some 4 or 5 months. And it was the city council that passed it. It was not the mayor. And for someone on the city council to do it was reckless and totally irresponsible, but that's nothing new. That's something that I have had to accept from this council person. This is very, very unfortunate, and I will no longer accept those kind of accusations. If they're not interested in doing positive things for their ward, they should not do negative things. And I wanted to clarify for the gentleman from the 7th Ward that we're very interested, the City Council is, an appropriation of almost $2 million to make sure that the streets and the contracts have been let to take care of the streets throughout the city of Florissant. So if they'll just be patient, the workers will be by in a short period of time to take care of your streets. And if they're not taken care of, please never hesitate to call me at 839-7601, and they will be taken care of. Let us take a more positive stance with the city of Florissant. It seems that we're always aware that the next meeting is going to be some revolution of major disagreement that is not in the best interest of the city of Florissant. And I really would like to see, and I know that I have made a lot of mistakes in my time, and I have made my mistakes as the mayor of the city of Florissant, and I'm willing to work with any member of this city council as long as they're willing to work for progress. If you're not willing to work for progress, then you should indeed not be in public office. And I want to work with each and every one of you, and I've always said that, but there's some people that simply will not do anything but negative things, and that we make no achievements doing negative things. We must focus on the positive. During the campaign, I can tell you that I lost some of my focus because of the negative things that were being said about me and even a member of my family. And I deeply resent it, but I'm certainly willing to forget and forgive. And I wanted to let you know that we will be moving forward with the city in every way possible, and every business person is of concern to me, as are the residents. And I wanted to make a final announcement that we're going to do a cleanup, fix-up, and paint-up campaign throughout the city of Florissant in the very near future. We're working with some waste companies so that you can bring your bulky trash to 2 different locations in the city, so that we can really do something about the city and not have building inspectors out giving out summonses. I'm never for that. And I want to make sure that the people that least afford to take care of their homes are taken care of by us. They're taken care of by me and this administration and people that have volunteered. The city clerk was the first to bring up this suggestion some years ago, that the city employees, when people cannot afford, are not able or handicapped, cannot take care of their properties and are in violation of our code, that we do it on our own time. And that's been the case for the last 4 or 5 years, and we're going to continue to do that. We're not going to continue to penalize anyone that cannot afford to take care of their home. We're going to make sure that their home is taken care of. That's what this world is all about. This world is about taking care of each other. This world is not about trying to criticize each other as much as we have. This world is about this mayor and this council working together, all for the betterment of this community and its people, and not for our own benefit. And I assure you that if I left that impression, I certainly apologize. I am here for the benefit of each and every member of everyone that lives in this city and every business person, because I truly, truly care from my heart.
Police the targets on the street?
Police keep Jones